really, oh, there we go. There's really nobody to kind of keep it in check. Oh, nice to see people. Yeah, oh. Look at that little tiny guys. Usually I do this with the guys, but they're not here. So do a quick audio check. Can you guys hear me? Yes, no. It's always like a pet peeve of mine. It's like your stuff should be set up before you even start. But you know, holidays, wire. Yes, good. We're on. Excellente. I got everything ready. How's everybody holidays going? Christmas is over. That's one holiday down. New Year's, and then we'll be in the new year. Had a bunch of toys. Good to see everybody. Thank you, Samba. Yeah, I had to. Good audio check. Paul said it sounds good. B said it's good. And I appreciate everybody that's in here now. Hello, hello. Good to see you, KJ. Ah, I see what you did. Yeah, let's get this started. Because I told my girlfriend I wasn't going to be on here for too long. Maybe wait for a couple people to get in here. All right. That's fucking with you. Let's go. Uh, they're like, we didn't come to see you watch you drink water. We came here for some shit. Let's go. Let's go. It's good to see everybody. I hope everyone had a great Christmas. Hope everybody was able to spend some time with their family and friends. Hope you got everything you wanted. No lumps of coal. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. People don't say that enough. I don't know why. But anyway, have a good show for today. Try to make it short. We'll see how short this goes with it just me. But I missed the guys. But I was talking to D today, and then I just couldn't stop. So I was like, let me get on the live and do some stuff. So I guess we should do the intro, right? Yeah, here we go. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 193 of the Hangout. We give probably insight into the world of collecting, a very chilled and relaxed atmosphere. I can't say we because the boys, they're on vacation right now. They're enjoying Christmas and everything, and with family, just like everybody else. That's why I say I appreciate everybody dropping in, stopping in here. But I wanted to keep this going because one of the things that I had for this year, it's kind of like a New Year's resolution, was to do a show every week, or at least 52 shows. And so this, I think, technically would be the last one. Yes, yeah. So I would have done 52 with the guys. So it was just a personal goal I wanted to set for myself. I don't feel like I keep up with that stuff enough. And this year, in the beginning, I said I'm going to do it, and I did it. So yay! And that's thanks to you guys too. I appreciate everybody that's supported watching this, whether it's in your free time or whether you're on right now. I really appreciate it. Really do. So I just had a couple of little things that I jotted down to talk about. Let's see here. What do I have first? So a couple of things would be I wanted to, and if you're here for the first part of this, I understand. I want to talk about Nosferatu. I went and saw that. That the whole goal of that was don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it. Was to get this. Yeah. So Robert Eggers, I believe this is his fourth feature film, but he did Nosferatu. From the 1922, I guess 29 if you're really anal about when it came to the US. But this was one of the things that they were giving away. This is annoying. I wish I could get rid of that little banner. Sorry about that. But this is one of the things, not giving away, but they had this available. I think there's one that's made out of cardboard or something. Don't do that. And then there's this one. I think I posted a photo of it. I did photo. But this is made of It's all 10. It's pretty cool. I believe it was $25, but it's also embossed. I don't know if you'll be able to see it from certain angles, but there's pieces that it's embossed, so it's like pushed out, so it doesn't have a flat look or doesn't feel like it's flat. It's pretty cool. Again, it's 10. Yeah, logo. And on the inside, you got rats. And I did a size comparison for this, but if you do have a Nosferatu figure or anything like that, it's going to be really big. But I think you can use this for different things. Like, so if you did this, let's move him over. That's what he's going to look like in there. I wish I could take that down. But let's do this. Can we do something else? Not working. I'm trying to take these thingies down real quick so you guys can see. But anyway, this way. So that's what he looks like in there. As you can tell, there's probably room for 2 of them. Yeah, but it's pretty big. Inside, you can see there's rats in there. And don't worry, I'm not going to spoil any of the movie. I just want to give some quick thoughts. But this is pretty cool. I know a lot of people are like, that looks like it's out of scale. Well, it's out of scale. You could probably make it work for some other stuff. But I think if you had this, you pushed it back far enough and you put him forward enough, it can work. But that's just me. I don't try to limit myself and say, it's not with what I want to do. It doesn't work. It sucks. No, you gotta work with stuff. Let's put that over there. But yeah, again, no spoilers, but gotta talk about this, man. I saw this movie on Christmas. Went to the show. The only thing that I think it didn't ruin it, but the only thing that I kind of messed up on was I went to the one that had captions on it, and so there's parts in the movie where they're doing translation from the language, but I had the part where it was subtitles the whole way, so it was a little bit distracting to look up and look down. But other than that, man, I love the movie. Uh, the performances were great. The cinematography was fantastic. I can't wait till this comes out. But if you get a chance, I highly recommend it. Really good movie. I know a lot of people said they were kind of wondering about Bill Skarsgård and how he'd do with this. This is not like a copy and paste Pennywise performance. This is a completely different performance from him. And Lily Rose Depp is really good in it. It's a really, really good film. Um, what was it? I was trying to look for that great movie. Yeah, I think it's at AMC and it's at Regal, but I'll put a link in there in the description. I know it's not an affiliate link or anything like that, but they're also offering it online. The only thing is you're not going to get it until March of next year, but at least if you want it, it'll be available. But yeah, man, really, really good movie. What else did I have on here? Really good movie. I would highly recommend it. And if you don't want to go to the theater, I think it's supposed to come out on Peacock. What did I see? It said, I think, February of next year. Not Cinemax or any of the other ones because this one is done by, I think it's like Focus Film or Focus Feature or something like that. And that's a subsidiary company of Universal. Universal owns Peacock. So it's going to come to Peacock before it comes to any of the other stuff. Let's see here. Oh, there's a challenge. Which version of Nosferatu is scratching the itch after watching the movie? Silent Screamer or Symphony? Oh, without spoiling it, it's hard. It's hard, man, because this version of Nosferatu is completely different than ones that you've seen, and I think that's good. I don't know. You know what? I would say Symphony, and I'm not spoiling it, but it's just because of the hellhounds that he has. I would say that it's a really good movie, but the version of him, the voice, the appearance, it looks really good, really good, really good. So for tonight or today, What I got is talk a little bit of Mezco Newz, nothing major. I want to do some what are open it up for you guys for community news, some channel updates. I wanted to talk about that. Do a Grub report. Doc Savage actually went up for pre-order. I wanted to kind of talk about that. Hear some of you guys' thoughts, and then at the end we'll kind of wrap a bow around it, and we'll talk about some of your favorites. It doesn't have to be Mezco. It could be whatever you guys like this year, but I want to hear some people's favorites. Talk about some other lines and stuff like that. Hey, Church, good to see you, man. So obviously, some of the first part of the news. I wonder if I should get to this first because I know somebody's going to jump on it. But I think today, yeah, I'll address it straight out. Today, we are technically in the 8th week. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's totally up to you. But this is the 8th week for Doc Knock. I think they sent out something about they were going to be a little bit backed up. They were taking vacation, but when they came back, they were going to be working on it. So we are in the 8th week. And then what is it? Was it 6 more business days after that? Will be in the 9th week. And then you can label it late. So just wanted to say that. Somebody's going to be like that. I'm sure somebody's going to say, hey, you didn't talk about that. But we just did. So there we go. What else? Ghostface. I saw a lot of people. No, I saw 2 people that got that in hand. So that's been shipped out, and some people have got it in hand. I think I'm still waiting for Indiana Jones and Major Tot. I know a couple of friends have actually got that. Those guys are probably playing with it right now. But shipping's kind of slowed with that. Uh, I don't know of any other Mezco news unless you guys heard about it, but that's all I have for that. I'm trying to think. If you guys have anything that you saw in the community or things you guys want to talk about, go ahead, shoot that up. I'll put it up. My Ghostface is supposed to be delivered tomorrow. Late Christmas present. Nice. Yeah. I'm really interested in seeing what people say about that one. It's got some pretty interesting things. Little Easter eggs people would say. Let me see what else. Channel update. So, um, just so everyone's clear, I know this is a solo show. It doesn't mean that the guys aren't coming back. Like I said, they're just enjoying holidays and stuff like that. And I just wanted to make sure that I got my quota in for the year. Hey, Rojo, how you doing, bro? But some channel update stuff really quick. Um, there will be another show next week. I'll see if they want to come on to that. And if not, they'll most likely come on the week afterwards. So next year, I want to expand the channel a little bit more. We've talked about this in previous episodes, but some of the things that I want to do is I want to restart up the community bio series. If you're not familiar with that, what I did before was I would just pull random people from the community and have them on. That way, it was to kind of get everybody to have a face to other collectors. A lot of times, all this stuff is hidden behind screens, and you can't read people, their personalities and stuff through like that kind of stuff. And you never know. You might have somebody that you never met in real life, and turns out to be a 360 what you thought. So that was the whole purpose of the show. I want to start doing that up again, and those are kind of like one-on-one conversations. I'm saying that because, again, it's going to be kind of separate from the Hangout, but part of the Hangout, if that makes sense. I like one-on-one conversations. It's a little bit more intimate. It's not to get rid of the guys or say anything like that. They're still going to be on the Hangout, but I want to do more episodes, and that would be a way to do it. So if you're interested in coming on, most of the time I usually ask people, but if you're interested, just let me know. You want to get on, you want to rant about whatever it is that you want to rant about, as long as it's respectable. You want to say, oh, I don't like Mezco or this. Hey, let's have conversations about it. But I want to start that up again. Here's something else. So if you watch the channel a lot and you've been following for a lot, haven't seen Nosferatu. Yeah. Um, if you've been watching the channel for any long period of time, or you watch the lives and stuff like that, I always try to put like little Easter eggs and little tidbits in there. A lot of times it doesn't get picked up, but um, I'm gonna be ramping up some of these videos for next year, and I wanted to give people that are watching, or if you're a fan, uh, a little bit of a preview. keep your eyes open for that kind of stuff. There's going to be stuff hidden within the videos. And what I want to do with that is use those as entries for things that are going to be given out throughout that year. So I've already talked about it before. I think we're still currently working on the Junkyard Joe diorama. That's going to be a prize, and that's usually with tap-ins and stuff like that. Tap-ins will still be part of the show. But I also New Year's resolution. I'm gonna try to start doing breakdowns. I love watching content creators' videos, um, but I think there's things that I would be able to offer within these videos that would kind of like balance some things out. So I want to do more breakdown videos. I want to do Grub reports. If you're not familiar with that, that is what we're kind of gonna do today. When a pre-order goes up, usually I talk about it, point some stuff out, and give like a little bit of a brief history because a lot of these are pop culture figures, and some people don't really know more about it, a lot about it. So, from what I understand, people go and they search these characters after it's talked about, and that's what I want to kind of do instead of having people bash stuff and say, "Oh, why is this guy in a yellow trench coat?" Well, it's because of this, and this, and you kind of get more intrigued, and there's interest. And that way, maybe you don't miss out on pre-orders. You never know. But anyway, Grub reports. I want to start doing those. And then what else? I think I had. I think that's it. I all I had for that because I wanted to start off slow. I didn't want to crash and burn. But with those, the community bio stuff, the Grub reports, and the breakdown videos, I done it before, but a lot of people didn't notice it. What I'm gonna do is I'll make it a little bit more obvious, but you're still gonna have to look. So one of the ideas I had was is not that we use them anymore, but crypto cards. Most people have those. Some people don't. Some people have those rings and everything. I'm trying to look for mine. But anyway, so what I might do is during a video, you might see a pop-up or you might see a code somewhere in the video. And when you see that, you just decode it. You send it to me and I'll write you down for an entry fee. I'm also going to be a little bit more proactive with the entries so you can kind of see those in real time. That way you don't think you're getting stiffed. I've kept pretty good track about it, but it's kind of like a game. You'll see, oh man, it'll be like a leaderboard. But those little things are going to be stuck in videos. You might see just different things. There might be like little pictures or something like that that I put in for like, I was thinking for Mezco was it Macro Mexico Monday? I was gonna put up a picture, and if somebody guessed what the theme was for that week or who the character was, you would get a couple entries that way. What I'm trying to do is trying to reward the people that follow the show, and a lot of this stuff is going to be a little bit harder, but that means the rewards should be greater. So, for example, let's say I go to a convention and they have an exclusive. So a prize would probably be whatever the exclusive is at that convention. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit more of a treasure hunt, but the rewards will be worth it. You should do a series for people curious about venturing into dial making. That would be cool. I don't know if I have enough experience or like teaching wise to do that. I'd love to do it. That's interesting. Let's try that. We'll write that down. Virtually write it down. But yeah, that's a good one. The thing with those, salute to you, man. The thing with tutorials are is a lot of times, a lot of the stuff that I do is like it's interest driven. So if I do something and it doesn't seem like there's a lot of people that really are into that, let me move this over because there's a good. There we go. If it doesn't seem like it interests a lot of people, or it's not engagement or anything like that, but it takes a lot of work to do some of that stuff. I see people aren't interested in it. I go, okay, well, let me try something else, and I move on to something else. So, if people would be interested in that, yeah, I'd definitely try it. But like I said, with any content creator, you got to have like support. Otherwise, you're just you know crushing in the universe and nothing's happening. but I would love to do it. It could be a dial discussion with other dial makers online. Yeah, and that's not limited to collectors. That's a great point. I think that's Jake was saying too. Yeah, it's anybody. So like if you're an artist, I know Carl, he watches the show sometimes. I know that there's dial makers out there, comic book artists. I would like to get Chris on here. Chris Mad. I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with his artwork. Dial makers, whoever. I had Crashbox was supposed to come on, but his schedule is it's so crazy, and so mine last year was pretty deep, and so but even if you're another dial maker, whether you're just starting out or whether you're an advanced artist, it doesn't matter. I think that there's conversation in that whole spectrum for everyone. I'd love to get somebody on and have them talk about their pitfalls that they have. I know a lot of times we like look at people and go, God, this guy just gets it. Everything's magic. It's not like that. They had to go through some stuff. And so it would be nice to hear somebody's journey and then even come back. Maybe do a show and then come back to them a year later and see how far they've come and, what wisdom they can impart on us. But yeah, but that's the channel update stuff. So yeah, more videos, more opportunities for different stuff, and more ways to appreciate the people that support the show. Let's pull this up. I'm pretty sure you guys saw this. One of the things I used to do was the Grub Report. If you're not familiar with that, because there's not too many. What I used to do is when a pre-order would come up, a lot of times people don't know. Engineer, do your job. A lot of people don't know the character. And so the Grub Report was kind of like this little preview of what the figure was, point out some interesting things about it. Because sometimes, uh, either through character or just knowing some of the behind the scenes stuff that I'm allowed to talk about, I would go through and I would talk about the characters and put stuff in the videos. I miss doing that, and I want to do that. And so that's what the Grub Report, and that's what this is. So I know a lot of people saw this. I'm interested in seeing how many people got this because it's a pulp figure. Is this going to work? Maybe I should make it smaller. But yeah. So if you're not familiar with this, Doc Savage, the Man of Bronze, he actually went up for pre-order. Some of the things that caught my eye with this is, of course, 115 is supposed to come out next year. No limit on it. Oh, we're gonna have to redo that. Let's try this. We saw this at San Diego Comic Con, very early draft. But one of the things that I really liked about this, it's not going to enlarge. There we go, Paige. Possibly, right? Nah, wrong one. But anyway, one of the things that I really liked, or a couple of things that kind of like highlights for me, this was one of them. This ripped shirt look, it was it was really cool. We've had this before. Sorry, I'm popping in and back and forth. So, Loco, good to see you. What was this? Can't wait to see who invested in the character do that with Doc Savage figure. Yeah. I didn't pre-order, but I'm so happy he's coming out. It looks so good. Yeah, Doc Savage is amazing. The prototype. Yeah, and that was an early prototype. I don't even think, to be honest with you, the skin tones were down right. And to me, the body looked different than the one that they showed. I'm looking for codes all the time. Good man. They're in there. I like the three different options. Yeah. Also like promotes people to like buy multiples if you want to have like that standalone look. But okay, yeah. So let's get back to this. Octopus arms. So yeah, this rip shirt look is pretty cool. I like this a lot. We've gotten this before with other figures, and some of them just partially. Some of them because maybe your pleather flaked away and now it looks like that. But you have this. What the cool thing about this was that I noticed is that they stated that you have this version, which is the clean version, but the option to be able to do that. And usually you wouldn't be able to do that unless you just did that yourself because the shirt was always sewn to the trunks of the pants. And so it's cool that there's this option. I would think that the option would be you could, this is maybe Velcro or maybe some kind of button, and you could take this shirt off. Probably not because it's sewn there, but it's a prototype. Remember, nothing's final. And then what you could do is you take that shirt off and you would be able to take this tattered shirt and put it back on and put that on in place of. And it just hangs loose, or maybe you just tuck it in there. To me, this is cool because throughout the line, I've always noticed that Mezco, I don't know if it's because of the price point, but sometimes I guess it's overwhelming for people in terms of you you have shoes and stuff that you could take off if you heat them up and you do that. And they progressed to swappable shoes like with Vapor and other characters or heads and stuff like that. And I think it's kind of like conditioning collectors to be able to feel more comfortable because they're expensive figures. You don't want to like take something off and break it. And so it's cool to see that they're taking this kind of like, I don't want to use the coin the phrase, because Legions does it, but more swappability possibilities with the figure to give you different looks. I love that. I love it because I think as people start coming along a little bit more, it'll be cool that all these grown men can be changing clothes on their dollies because that's what we've always wanted, right? Some of you guys are secret Barbie collectors. I know you are, but this is just cool because it gives more options. I'm just kidding. I like this a lot. And then also, I think another thing that this does is I've seen people comment about this, but Mezco, and I get it because I think they want to overall add value to the complete figure. But people always say once they start taking some of the clothes off, especially like Nosferatu is a good example, there's all this sculpting detail underneath these figures. And it's never used because it's always hidden with clothes. You're only seeing maybe arms or maybe neck, head, stuff like that. And so I think that this is something that definitely can highlight and add more value to the figure because you can see all of this stuff. And it's like you see pecs, arms, and stuff like that. And we didn't see that stuff until we started getting these half naked figures like Conan and everything. Let me take a chat break. What is this? I love the release because I used to watch Doc Savage movie many times. Well, I didn't know there's a movie. I've read the comics, but I haven't done that. But it's not a figure for me. Yeah, and that's cool. I pre-ordered it and I didn't know it just looks cool. Don't know if I'll hold on to the pre-order, end up or liking it or getting it in hand. That's the great thing about it. Most of these figures, even if they drop and you pre-order and you got it, most of them during the initial release, people missed out on them. And so people are going to be looking for it, especially when they start seeing videos and photos. People go, oh crap, and they get FOMO, or they even like the character because they saw the solicitation from before, and they're like, it's not for me. But then they get it in the hand, and everybody wants it. There's always that rush. So I always tell people, most of the time, within like the first month or two, you could still get your money back from a figure, unless it's just complete. It's not a good offering at all, and I can't think of anything lately that's been like that. Put that on prune face. Yeah, there's lots of little options I have on there. I was going to talk to you guys about. I like how Mezco is catering to the custom community more. Exactly. I think I don't even know if I got lost on that. I think another thing that's cool about this is that they could actually move into that without moving into it. It's like dual purpose. I know a lot of people sometimes, not as much anymore, but people used to talk about broken wrist pegs and everything else. I think now, honestly, I believe you could sell these bodies. They could do like a small run of a regular body, like a Gomez body, make 200 or 300, put them on the website, say, hey, these are extra bodies. And that's like a test run that they could probably do and see how many people buy it. I guarantee you, if that's sold out within an hour, I guarantee you it would help them consider, yo, we could probably do this with other bodies, not just for replacements, but like Jake said, for guys that want to do customizing and stuff like that. Because some of those bodies online, no offense, they're just too expensive. It's almost the price of a figure. So where are we at here? I'm gonna keep talking about it. Hold on a second. We went through that pre-order. I lost it. Oh, Junkyard Joe has a robot body. Yeah, but it's hidden, and most of us wouldn't even know about it unless these guys started ripping stuff off of them and everything. So, but I think something like this, do that at Legion Con. Exactly. Like a build a character. Yeah, I would think it takes people a while to kind of get used to something. So obviously the customizers will buy these blank bodies, but then when people start seeing some of the stuff you do, it just opens up more opportunity. You could say, these cut and stitch packs that they have. If you had a blank body, you wanted to customize your own thing, you could make these cut and stitch packs where they're like kind of like custom clothes. Or, excuse me, you could have shoes. You do like little repaints of of the Mezco Converse, the Mez Chucks that they have. But you have to slowly do it because people just aren't used to it. But if you do it in stages, I think it would work really well. That's just me. I don't know. I'd love to see. Yes, yeah, and then that would also maybe encourage people. Let's say you had some of those older bodies and you wanted to swap them out. You might be able to take that Michael Myers body, some of the stuff that's compatible, and switch out maybe a Ghostbusters body or a Gordon body. I would definitely buy soft good packs if they sold. So yeah, I would too. I'd love it. We talked about it before, ugly sweater pack. But yeah, so this is cool. That's one of the highlight features of this, and I know a lot of people aren't familiar with this character. I'm still reading up on him. That's the good thing I like about obscure characters, because if I don't know something, that just helps me go back and look at some of the old material about the character and learn about the character. So I'm reading older comic books, watching older movies. I'll probably watch this new movie or that movie that we were talking about with him. I like the head portrait. And then you got a new weapon, and some of this stuff is reuse. I like this little team up shot that they did. Uh, when I was at the con, this hair was flocked, so it's going to be interesting to see if they keep that. These three obviously would be flocked. This one, that's going to be sculpted. Uh, and then when I look at characters, I always say, what else would I be able to use this with? You know, I know I don't post a lot of that stuff, but I do like playtime for myself. I go, what can I use with this? And the first time I looked at this, I go, oh, I'll put this head on him, and that's like an Indiana Jones brute. Make a little brute squad. Someone made a very good you. Oh, yeah. Please send me the link and you get a chance to collect it. I'd love to see that. But yeah, Indiana Jones, Foe, Safari Guy. There's a couple of them I had written down on there. But let's see here. What else? I figure you could also use the head sculpt for somebody else. I think it's Mezco. Mezco does things like this because other companies I don't think would take a risk. Yeah, it's a huge risk. But Mezco really has a corner on the market in the vintage licenses. Yeah, and then I like this. I know that they've done this other companies have done this character, but not I guess in this format. I don't remember seeing it, but it's cool to be able to have some of these characters that you may recognize or may not have the ability to get, and you have them in figure form. shooting the same stuff after a while gets a little old, and so that's what figures like the Shadow and Dick Tracy and stuff like that. You could, yeah, that would be a Launchpad McQuack. Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know. What do you guys think about this figure? What are your questions and concerns about this figure? I like it. I know, like I said, there's some kind of stuff that's like these goggles. We've seen that before. These blast effects, obviously they're gonna be reutilizing some of the other stuff. This string we've seen before. Grenades we've seen. You know what is that? Yeah, these concussion grenades we've seen these before. The grenades. Uh, this new that rebreather that looks new. We've seen this before. I don't think I can zoom, but that for some that haven't gotten it yet, um, God, who was the guy that had that wrist? Somebody's had this. I've seen this. I think it's Doc Nine. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm not thinking offhand. But there was an attachment. I've seen that before. These I don't recall seeing because these are part of his heel, the boot. See, hidden heel compartment, chemical vials. That little stuff is kind of cool. I love doing macro stuff with that stuff. What was it? It also opens up people to learn about past comics, yep, and eras as well as, which is quite nice, especially for me since I love history and learning about comics and different eras. Exactly. Whenever I don't know about something, I think I mentioned it earlier, but whenever I don't know about a character or I don't know about something that gets me digging in and doing research, and that's cool because you're educating yourself and some of it I love being online, but no offense, people online don't know what they're talking about. It's really easy to throw a hot take on a comment board and somebody does 5 minutes of research and they can disprove it. So I like knowing about the character firsthand through whatever research I did. And then you can go and you can talk to other people because there's a lot of experts with some of these characters. There's like a shadow group. Oh my God, I joined that group. These guys, they bring out these vintage signed radio programs from the actors and then also the voice actors as well as the show managers at the time. And it's just amazing, like some of these characters' histories and some of the vintage items that come with it. And that's what I like. Not hearing some guy go, that's whack. I'd rather go and hear these different stories about these characters and learn more about them. This is one of my dad's favorite. Next to yeah, and I still need to do a bunch of research on him. I know I asked, but and some people said they passed. But are you guys picking this up? Still on the fence? I think it's still available. It is. Yeah, this one's still up. Another thing I know that'll be cool is they did have that prototype available. That was the first time it was shown. So whatever convention that they're gonna do next, I'm pretty sure uh either because this comes out in May, June, March, April, May, June, July. So around May, August timeframe will be San Diego Comic Con. So I'm pretty sure that's farther along. So we'll get to see more than likely an updated version of this character. So I don't know how long this one will last. Not trying to hype it up. I'm just saying, like, I'm sure it's not gonna stay a pre-order open until SDCC comes. But yeah, that's about it. But yeah, if you want, check them out. 115, no limit, ships worldwide. And now let's talk about favorites for 2024. I would love to hear everyone's like, what's your favorite picks? I'm still waiting for Indiana Jones, Major Todd, and Ghostface. Hopefully, nothing else is coming out in the next week. I don't think that they can ship something out really quick, so I think the list is kind of settled. But those are the three I'm waiting for. I gotta wait for those so I can take the class picture, and so I have a better idea of you know, which ones were my favorites for this year. But there's been a bunch of other companies that put out a bunch of stuff. And so I wanted to hear everyone else's your favorites. It doesn't have to be Mezco. It could be whatever stood out to you guys. I know the guys and I, the two Corys, we're gonna do our favorites shows uh next year. So hopefully we'll be able to have all those other ones. But um there's other ones from like the Joe line, Jada. I love some of the stuff that Jada did this year. But it doesn't cover everything because not everybody can collect every single line, everything, every single character. Yeah, it's one of the things I like about hearing people's lists because there might be figures that you don't know about that maybe the consensus said, yeah, this is good. And you might look at it and you might pick it up. I'm more of that kind of person, not looking at somebody's list and going, nope, that's not right. Nope, nope, nope. I hated that one. I don't know about that one. It's like everybody has a list of their favorites for whatever reason. Instead of like shitting on people, we're good, right? Yeah, shitting on people's lists, just looking at it and saying, huh, that's interesting. Okay, let me check that out. I'm trying to be more selective. I can't lie. Yeah, he's extremely cool. Oh, you're talking about Doc Savage, got it. Especially with the flock tear and the 3S cuff. Yeah, it's like Vapor all over again. I want a flocked fro. I wonder if they can expand it, popcorn style. Just have like that. I think that would be cool. Just add a little bit more density to it. But anyway, I guess you can do it yourself. But yeah, I understand, man. Yeah, Bobo. I think next year is gonna be it's gonna be a pivotal year for people. You're a bad influence, I'm telling you. Yeah. Church, he has his list. Duke, yeah, I really like Duke. Commando, Snake Eyes, yeah, and King Conan. But yeah, what are your favorites from Mezco? From what other companies too? I need me that golden. Yeah, man, that Golden Age Joker. When that thing comes out, I'm telling you. Oh man, I can't wait for that one. That's one of my yeah. The collector said King Conan Shadow Storm Shadow. Yeah, that's one that I haven't seen pop up a lot. I've seen Proof Face a lot. I go back to what we were talking about before, like these pulp characters. It's surprising because all I kept seeing about Prune Face was, oh, that's Thanos and stuff like that. And then when it came out, people were really on it. Oh, you're smart. You're loyal. Patiently waiting for Indy and Mezco Doom is in tomorrow. Oh, you're getting Doom tomorrow? Yeah. Yeah, I'm waiting for Indiana Jones too. Odious was way better than I expected. What did you like about Odious that you kind of got caught off guard with? I was I was really impressed with Wade Unparalleled. That's a huge undertaking, man, to create a character and then have it, go through the development process and then the production process and then market it. You know, I mean, I know Big Bad Toy Store, they, they acquired some of them and they'll probably do their marketing, but Wade, did his own marketing and then he also had the community do some marketing with him, and that's cool too because it shows that the community was behind something that they really believed in. But like that's a huge undertaking. And I, it would be cool. I know he's probably done other interviews and stuff like that. It would be cool to pick his brain on the process part about like the pitfalls and everything because it's cool that somebody that was a collector and a reviewer they put on a different hat and now he's a toy maker. And so all the things that he thought about toy manufacturing and delays and quality control, I'm wondering if his perception is different now that he's actually involved in it. It would be cool to have a conversation with him about that, unless he's talked to somebody else about it. Tracy Tupac, Junkyard Joe, Pruneface, Jada. Yeah, I just got fire. I got fire. I got the Bomberman and something else the other day in here, and then I got DJ. I got that. Wait, what is DJ Cammy and Guile? I just got those. Yeah, so yeah, Jada. I like Jada a lot. That price point is just nice. BBT has sent an email about Indie today. Oh yeah, yeah. I got mine through Mezco, but Big Bag, that's pretty good that they've gotten it that quickly. Flock Fro would definitely be. Yeah. See, you pick up on Easter eggs. You get it. Oh, I think, not putting him on the spot, but I actually had Son of a as my first bio for the year for 2025. So hopefully he have him. Great guy. If you haven't heard his story before through like the little snippets that he's been on the show, uh, really, really interesting story. I got to meet him at New York. Really good guy. Really good energy. So I was like, man, you got to come on and talk. My top five Mezco would be in no order. I like that. No order. Firefly, yeah. Commando Snake Eyes. Casey. Red Eye Knight, you lucky dog. And I have Doc Knock if he came out already. Yeah. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Hopefully it happens. Hopefully it happens. Doesn't Stephanie goes, yes. Easter egg. Some of them are visible, some of them are not. I got okay, I haven't seen this. I know Kyle, you're a big Transformers and import guy. I've got those missing link Transformers, Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper. Oh yeah, he's a little Cliff Jumper. They're like some widgets, some of the sizes and the vintage toy. Same transformation, but articulate. Do they give you oh yeah, I remember that because they used to just kind of stand unless it was a bigger one. Do they give you because it's been a while since I collected Transformers. Do they give you instructions on how to do it, or do you got to go on like YouTube and look that up? I saw somebody mention Doc Savage would make a cool GI Joe custom Duke. Yeah, maybe maybe like a desert one. I really want them to come up with like enemies, adversaries, and stuff like that, and make him like an army builder. I know it's a little bit easier for their IP, but I keep hoping that maybe they'll do German soldiers. So some of them beat me to it. Ah, yeah. Wife sent a text about not buying comics with credit cards. She wants secret accounts. Yeah, dude. I went to the comic shop the other day. I got called today about Space Ghost. I think it was Space Ghost number 7. But I picked up. I think it was the new Dick Tracy the other day, and this guy he was putting comics down, and his girlfriend is with him. She goes, "How much is that?" And he's like, "It's $35." She goes, "Okay, after this, no more comics." I was like, "Damn." So yeah, what Mama don't know, right? Yeah, I was late to the Doom party. Actually, late to the Mezco party in general. But you're here. That's all that matters. Doom is really good. If you ask CC, that's figure of the year for 2024 and 25. Articulation was good with ODS with the soft goods. Yeah, I seen a lot of people hyperdynamic pose that thing. Once you start getting figures in the hands of guys that are more experienced or they're not afraid to push that kind of stuff. I saw some guys get some really good poses out of him. I'm really interested in I've seen a couple of the outfits. I think I saw the new uh exclusive that he was supposed to be putting out for the next one. The one that he did the teaser picture for. Is it the mask? I can't remember. But I saw that one. That one looked really interesting. I'm a guy like that if I missed out on it and I should have backed it, I don't know why. I didn't. It might have been just like a lot of stuff happening, but I really liked the first one that came out, but I didn't want to backtrack because if I did, I'd want to like get all of them, and I don't know how hard it would be to get the first one. From Hasbro, I really like the Mafex Mondo 2.0. Oh, okay, I haven't seen that one. Secret Wars Spider-Man. I've heard those are cool, like the shields and stuff. Visionary vibes. Black Series Arctic Trooper 5s and Marvel Legends Buck. Sorry, my thing went over there. Bucky Cat. Nice. Yeah, I heard that one was a good improvement. I didn't get an email about any yet, but I pre-ordered late, so I'm probably on the way. Yeah, I played with ODS since day one. It works with all collections. The facial expressions are great. The articulation works well with the clothes. Super fun. Yeah, I know. I know how I am. I want to get the first one, and I think that one was pretty limited. The one that he was doing at San Diego, the exclusive. I know the other one's probably a little bit easier to get, and then if you just line that up, but the first one, I haven't seen too many of those, and I'd backtrack, and it probably wouldn't work that well for me. I'm not gonna pay a bunch of money for that. Not that I don't want to, it's just I don't want to fall down that hole. Again, major credit to Wade for doing that. That's a huge accomplishment. I don't want somebody cutting the clip and saying, "Yeah, he said that your figure, you're not going to backtrack for that figure or pay aftermarket." I did not say that, Wade. Matrix 2.0, Marvel's Secret War Spider-Man, and Bucky Cap, and the Mofex Superman Hush reissue. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that Superman is good. I don't. There's the reissue. Somebody was talking about the head. Did they fix the head because it was smaller? A bunch of people said it. I don't know, but I was wondering if they fixed the proportions a little bit. Do they do that with reissues with Mofex? Are you going to get the Jada Cyberpunk line? I saw Andrew put up a payment notification for that. I saw that in person at San Diego. They looked really good. And then I saw that payment notification reminder. And I was like, oh, look at all the soft goods. But then again, it's one of those things like Boba said, like, I really want to be more selective in 2025 because there's stuff that I have that even though I put hands on it, I mess with it, I didn't play with it as much as I wanted to. It's really hard to keep up with some of this stuff. I think I was looking back and I saw there's like two G.I. Joe sets that I missed. Hey Mark, how you doing? We're talking about your favorite figures. I guess I should take the Mezco stuff down. But yeah, favorite figures from 2024. I was watching Cyberpunk right now with Jada figures. Perfect. Oh, they scale together. That looks good, man. That would make for some great uh Cyberpunk shots, future shots, like with Judge Dredd, just different stuff. Background characters for Void stuff or any kind of future stuff. What's up, cool? Hey, Chris. Jim. No, they're boxed like Japanese originals with styrofoam tray and everything. It's more Japanese line. Oh, okay. The Transformers. Gotcha. King Conan. You made Boba's friend list. He loves King Conan. I got 5 of them. Jeez. You got barbarians upon barbarians. You put those barbarian booster kits to work. Legend Sabretooth and Mafex Daredevil. Yeah, I saw a bunch of shots of Daredevil. Oh, he looked really good. I know I'm linking it, but I really would love to see Mezco do another version of Daredevil. Well, all 3 of them. Even the yellow and red suit one. I know a lot of people don't like that, but um, I'm trying to think. Maybe I know a lot of people don't think so, but that Storm Shadow body has a lot of range. I'm wondering about the boots because that would play into the ankle and the lower half. You know what I mean? But I would love to see them do an updated Daredevil. Uh, I would be okay with the overlay stuff that they do. I'm thinking about this in my head because I know a lot of people don't like the pleather stuff, and so I'm trying to think of a way around that. Maybe if you use like those overlay kind of things, because those seem to be holding up pretty well for armament pieces. Uh, like Commando Snake Eyes, that would be a good example. So Storm Shadow body, you have the boots, but then you have the overlays kind of on stuff, and have Daredevil do that, do the Shadowland version, and then just for shits and giggles, do the yellow and red. I'd buy it, I don't care. But I would love to see them redo that. I like that Daredevil, but uh, the body is a little bit older, and so there's a learning curve with it. And then I wouldn't want to chance doing super dynamic stuff because that'll start putting some stress on that pleather, and that pleather is already what God, it's probably about 6, 7 years old now. So I'm good. New one would be great. Other than the great lineup Mezco had this year's Gong Studios Kingdom Come figures. I seen a lot of people post that. I seen a lot of people. Yeah, you did, Todd, of Shazam. I seen a lot of people that Alex Ross Superman. I saw a lot of people do that. Remake movie Bane, Moffick's comic book Bane were pretty good releases. Yeah, there's been a. That's what I mean. Like, if you look at all of these companies, even if you weren't satisfied with one company's offering, I saw. I don't know what company did it, but that brown suit Wolverine. Even if you weren't happy with Moffick's Wolverine, there's alternatives. I've heard different stuff about that other company's Wolverine as well, but it just shows that there's different companies doing different offerings, and so if you're not getting what you want out of whatever that figure had, you could find it with something else. Yeah, selective. Yeah, being selective with collections and space. Yep, space is a big one. The two arch enemies. Yeah, they say death and taxes. Collectors is what? Space and money. I want Mezco to take on the Godfather, Scarface, and Clint Eastwood movie. Yeah, that would be cool. I wonder sometimes like about niche. I know the pulp stuff. Maybe they could just do it like they do pulp stuff, where you do like low runs to kind of gauge the interest of the customers, and then if it works, like if you do Clint Eastwood, and you do a good, bad, and the ugly, and then maybe to kind of offset the cost. If you said, okay, we're gonna do Clint Eastwood, we'll do good, bad, and the ugly, and then with some of that material and accessories, we could do a Cowboy Gomez because everybody's been wanting it, and maybe that'll offset some of the costs. But you can kind of see if there's interest in that Clint Eastwood, and then you go, okay, we'll do Fistful of Dollars, and we'll do these other versions. But as long as the collector's support is there, because that's what drives a lot of this stuff. Most people, I don't think that they notice that when people say they want a team build and stuff like that, a lot of that is due to lack of support. It's kind of a double-edged sword, right? Because you want this team built, and some people won't support it unless a certain character comes out first, or if it looks like it's going to take too long, people go, no, I'm not going to do it because they're never going to complete the team. When it's also part of the collectors because the support's not there. You've seen how fast that they can put out certain figures when they know the demand is there. Yeah, maybe low runs. Low runs, it's like Scarface. Yeah, an updated Scarface. I wonder what the licensing would be to try to get Al Pacino's likeness. Ugh, I don't know if that would be expensive or what. Maybe you could just do a Al Capone kind of look. I don't know. We'll see. Sorry, I have them all used, but I need to let you. Oh, what is it? Oh, he's talking here. Got it. We need to update a Punisher. Yeah, Punisher too. You remember when everybody was saying, "Oh, there's too many Punishers, another Punisher, another Punisher." Now people want one, but it's time. It's past, and I think the plastic is better. The materials are better. If they if they did it where they took some of the, I know it's a new body if they did it because they would be updating it, but I think if they managed a way where you could take some of the older accessories, it's almost like you're kind of like, it's a nod to the cap, or it's a kind of a thank you to collectors for keeping the older stuff. But if they did it where you could still use some of those things, I think that would go over really well. Moffick's Daredevil is great. I have Bane, Captain America over him. My top three Moffics is the year. Yeah, nice, man. Moffics is another line. I'm like, it looks really good. I'm wondering how many. Is there somebody that kept track of all the Moffics? Because they, every time I saw, they were like McFarlane. They were just pumping out stuff. Since we're talking about reissues, I'd love a double jointed Space Ghost. Yeah, I saw D post some. photos of Space Ghost. You know, one of the things I remember about Space Ghost is I was telling D about this today. Was they put out Space Ghost, and I guess it was kind of like a limited run because it's one of those pop culture characters or pulp characters that not a lot of people know about. It's a generational thing. And then when it gets in hand, everybody's like, wow, this is great, right? And so regular version came out, and then Entertainment Earth put up a pre-order and said, yeah, this Space Ghost is going to come out. And everybody's like, oh crap, oh crap. So they jump on it, and they were using, from what I remember, the old promotional images from the first version. So Entertainment Earth put that up, everybody started buying it, and then all of a sudden they started shipping it. And then that one turned out to be the glow in the dark one. And people were like, why is this blip not painted? And you know how the internet catches fire with something. One person says something, it's gold for the rest of the community. And it's like, so this guy said, hey, I got my stuff, and they didn't even paint it. Like, oh, people are like, oh, what? And then more started coming out. And then, I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at it. I was just, and then I think they issued a statement saying that this was the glow in the dark version. And that version wasn't going to have that color palette because of the glow in the dark feature. So it's gonna be just regular. And people were like losing their shit, man, selling that stuff for really cheap. And I think I got my second one really cheap because the guy was so mad about it. So yeah, good memories. I would love to have a great. Oh yeah, I would pay. I would gladly pay for that. The car thing, it would be really cool, but I'm wondering if that would go over because the Batmobile. But I would love for them to do a Black Beauty, man. That would be awesome. Maybe the two pack, the Green Hornet and Kato two pack first. They don't even have to make it look like Bruce Lee. Just, you know. Oh, here we go. Some good stuff. 1/6 figure of the year is Inner Gandalf. I have to look that one up. Amazing Robotech Yamaguchi, Agent Venom. Yeah, that was a good one. I had that one. But once I get Doom, that might change. Also, still need to get the TMT set, the animated or the regular version. Maybe it's the regular version. 1/6 Gandalf, another vote for Gandalf. Honorable mention would be the Hot Toys Joker, Artisan, and Bane. Oh, CP, when you get a chance, send me a picture of that. I'd like to see that. I haven't seen those. I've seen the Gandalf one, I think. There's CT Wolverine and a good Mafex KO. Toilet, yeah. I have the first version. I didn't know that they made a new version. It's okay. No spelling monitors here or grammar monitors. Still need the Mezco Terminator. Yeah, that would be cool. I wondered. So they showed that that pit Conan, and I was looking at it, and I'm thinking to myself, I was like, if they if they somehow got the license for that likeness for that, maybe that'll be a tune-up if they sell a lot of those and that they show that there is an interest in Arnold just as a character, maybe these other variations of him. Like maybe they do other versions of Conan, maybe they do Terminator, maybe they do Last Action Hero. Just kidding. But just things like that. Like I kept thinking to myself, and then I got really because you want to let's say you're paying for that license, right? I don't know what it encompasses, but let's say you want to like maximize whatever the profit is from that. So wouldn't you try to do other versions? Predator, you already put out Predator. Wouldn't it be cool to get Dutch because you have that likeness rights? I'm not sure if likeness rights are tied to the character's, you know, that character's IP or if it's, under whatever that studio that did the movie, or if it's just meaning, do you have to pay for the likeness rights for Arnold and whatever that IP is, or is it just a package deal? I'd love to know about that, but I would think that they would want to like maximize it. I'm in a roll. Can't wait to see the main Spider-Man KO. Yeah. Blessing to figure from third party, but it's a hit or miss with the bug. What is it? It's a blessing to get other figures from third party, but it's a hit or miss with the bug. Some could be said with Mezco. Yeah, I think it all depends on what you're looking for and how much time that you put in each one of them. I don't do third party, not because they're third party. It's just I don't. Every time I looked into it, like a third party, it's a company, and then they switch their names, or it's the return policy part. I've had people like hit me up and say, "Do you know what to do about this?" I go, "I don't collect that line. I don't. I wouldn't even know how you contact them about that kind of stuff." So for me, that's like a friend of mine. He told me a bad story. It doesn't mean it applies to everybody, but he said that he had bought a figure. He waited a little bit to open it. Obviously, that's on him, but he opened it and it wasn't working. It was broken or something like that. He tried to get in contact with the company. The company said that that figure was no longer in production, and then the company folded. He couldn't get his money back, and to me, that's I don't want to have to go through all that. That's just me. And then I don't know. I don't have anything against third party, but I don't want to jump into it. It's nothing I really do. I've heard good things about it, but just like you said with Mezco, I've also heard bad things about third parties too. I guess it just depends on me. Like can't low run Scarface. Yeah, but it would be, you know, I know a lot of times people are like, I want to see this, I want to see that, but the support's not there. You know, I think for companies they try to like look at that and take that in consideration. They're like, they can't go in the hole. I've seen some outlandish ones. I think I told you guys about the one guy that told me I was at the booth and he said, you know, you should take suggestions. And the suggestion he gave me, he's like, you should tell them to make Jesus figure. And it caught me off guard. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. So Jesus is more popular than the turtles. And I go, I guess that's depending on who you ask. I said, but I don't know if that's something that they want to do. I was like, I think there's another company that does it. He said, yeah, Mezco should do it. Like, they're in the soft goods. And I was trying to talk to him, but I was like, this isn't my place to even read. I was just trying to like, you know, make him see like sometimes like some characters are good in theory, but I think they're always concerned about how much to put out or what to put out. Was it? I'm really interested in where they take any of those on more meaningful versions. Yeah, I'm wondering if they're gonna make other versions of him. Like, man, I have the Hasbro stuff. I don't need a bunch of that. Maybe some other characters from the line. I think that would be cool. It seems like they made that step into, you know how they did Tot, and then they they had for like a quick flash. They had Map Room, Indie. Yeah, I'm interested in seeing where they go to, but I'd love to see them do other characters like like his dad or some German soldiers, just so you have some guys for Indy to fight. It's a good army builder too. But yeah, I'm interested to see what they do. Hope everyone, yeah, Christmas, seeing all the Christmas photos. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a big influx this week. Be able to catch the replay. Yeah, man. Good to see you, man. Thanks for dropping in. It'll be there. Agreed. I got that 2099 from my daughter, and it's fantastic. Yes, Jack Burton. I would love to see Jack Burton. You're not. You could be a connoisseur of great 80s movies for all we know. I'd love to see Jack Burton. I'd love to see Lopan. That'd be awesome. Anyway. I was about to get Rage Toys, not Mickey. Wait a minute. I was about to get Rage Toys, not Mickey. Mikey. Oh, and it's still Mickey. How about oh my thing. Was it? I actually need to get that one too. Oh yeah, you guys check. Is this the last one? No. I love to see those characters. The characters. What else am I missing? All right. I won't flash up the back and forth combos, but I will. Yeah. Yeah. I know a lot of people talk about Mezco doing Star Wars. I don't know, man. I still don't know if they should do that. It would just be really expensive. Good God. I wonder how they would do the troopers. Having the glowing dark space ghost, not mad at it. If I can do it all over again, I get the regular version. Did you get it? Did you get the glow in the dark thinking you were gonna get the regular, you, or did you want the glow in the dark and were just disappointed? I know some people like that. I'm mad that Iconic Studios is taking a long time for the 1/6 Akuma. Ah, I didn't know they were doing that. That's a big figure. Let's see here. But yeah, I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I just mean I it just seems like it makes sense if you have, again, taking away the licensing part. If you're trying to like maximize that stuff, wouldn't you try? Ah, yeah. Wouldn't you do twins if you had the Arnold license? Yeah. Oh, what I miss? Bubba. Yeah. And there's lots of stuff you could do. These are ats. I love Running Man. Richard Dawson always stuck out to me in that. Because I remember watching him. You see him on Family Feud. I'm like, oh, he's a good guy. Besides the behind the scenes stuff that you learn about later on, I'm like, he's not a bad guy. And then I saw him in Running Man. I go, wow. Dutch and John Matrix would be nice too. Yeah, see, platoon figures. Yes, considering they did Junkyard Joe, and you have some of those kind of like palettes, or soft good designs. I think that would be cool. Or what about? I know it's a stretch. What about like some of the soldiers from Aliens? The remake of the Running Man's coming up. Maybe it's kind of possible. Yeah, who's in the new Running Man? I haven't seen that one yet. All right, we'll go through this and then I'm gonna jump off. Not to cut you guys off because I do appreciate everyone that's popping in, popping out, but I need to get out in the yard too. Sounds like questions for with the Miz 2.0 questions to me. Yeah, that would be cool. I love to do that. I really would. It'd have to be different. I said that before. It has to be like a lot of the stuff was answered in the first one. That wrestling Jesus that's been on the Instagram. Third party is a risk for sure. That's why stores chosen to buy are very good employment. Good ones usually will make it right, but sometimes it's just out of luck. Yeah, if they like run out of stock or something. Yeah, just well, yeah, Doom would be cool too, especially because I think he said he was going to do that third movie, and then they have the new series on HBO, Ghost Machine figure. I would love another one. I keep thinking there was enough. There was a lot of people when I was at San Diego, and they did the announcement. They had it at the booth, and we went over to the booth to chat with them for a little bit, and then they were signing and doing their stuff over there as well. And there was a lot of buzz because I think they had one or two people come over to kind of just look, but there was a lot of buzz about Junkyard Joe over there, and so they saw that there was interest in it. So maybe that sparked some like conversation for them to maybe try to do another character because they have a really good roster and a developing roster like with Hyde Street and everything else too. But uh, I was thinking of a character you could do that's kind of in the mold of what you still have, so you're not taking too big of a risk. But I kept coming back to Geiger. I think Geiger would work because of the way it looks. It's a template that kind of has been used already, kind of like Doc Knock kind of thing. But then I was wondering how you would do the glow in the dark feature if you would do that. But then Geiger compliments Junkyard Joe. I think the next issue, number 10, 9 just came out, but issue number 10 uh, Geiger and Junkyard Joe, they're gonna share an issue again. I'm definitely looking forward to that one, but that would be cool. But yeah, Geiger, Redcoat, I think that would be good. Those are some really good ones. Hoping to get some GI Joe Cobra characters. Yeah, they do incredible work. Yeah, I would love to see them do Baroness. Like I think we should get some female GI Joe characters. Obviously, there's a good roster there. You got Scarlet, Lady Jane, Baroness. Yeah, and now that they put that new body out, uh, and it's slowly getting pushed into there, I think you'd be able to put any one of those characters and she would sell. I think they should do Baroness because you have Destro, Dr. Jones Sr. Yep, and he's dead. 007. We said the girls. Yeah. Octo. Odd job. Odd job. Yes, very familiar. That would be cool. I wonder, is Mezco going to give us a proper whole figure? When I saw Thor, I to me it looked like that was maybe a subliminal kind of, yeah, it took us this amount of time to do Thor, give us some time for Hulk. I know like a lot of people would like to see Hulk, but then I honestly think they're working on a body for that. Because if you did Hulk right now, you would have to use an existing body. And I don't think anybody would be happy if Mezco put Hulk on the Gladiator Hulk body, if they just did it without the helmet. That Bluto, that Slugfest body, I don't think anybody would want that. And I think they've learned from the past enough with, figures like John Wick or figures that don't have a lot of articulation or are labeled, I guess you would call them like those limited range of motion or those single jointed figures. I think they learned a lot from that stuff and they're like, you know what, we're just going to take our time and we'll try to put it out. But when they put out Thor, I kept thinking, it looks like they're on track. So they know which figures to kind of like put out. I just think that they're working on a new body. I think they could do it on a seamless body. But anyway, why don't you do that? Maybe he could have, and that ties in with the whole Doc Savage thing. You could use that tattered clothes technology. Why do you call it technology? It's not tech. You know, the whole tattered clothes kind of uh, gimmick or functionality of that. You could use that and have like a tattered soft goods kind of ripped clothes kind of stuff. It would be cool if they did like a doc, you know, David Banner, not David Banner, you know, Doc Banner on it. In Art Paul from Dune looks incredible. I have not seen that. Is it 112? Conversation. Red coat, definitely good asset. Yes, hopefully more Joes. I would love for them to do Stalker. Would love more DC figures for 2025. 2024 was very light. Only three, I believe. I could tell you. Da, 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 da. You are correct. Three. Three DC figures this year. One was a movie figure. So yeah, Batman, you had Robin, and I have it on my other phone, which ones they were. Anal. You know, man, Paige, where's it at? Anyway, yeah. It was the Batman, Robin, and there was another one. Golden Age Robin. Where's my third one? Man, I don't keep it waiting. I did it. Oh, Superman recovery suit. That's what it was. So yeah, three. A little light. They had a bunch of IPs though. I wonder if Mezco make new. Yeah, I wonder if they would too, because it is Universal. I don't know if they have like. I mean, it's underneath Universal, if that makes sense. That Focus Films, but they're under Universal. But I don't know if they have that, because wouldn't they work on other Universal stuff? But it would be cool. I think it would be hard too because they wanted to keep that movie so low profile. They didn't want to reveal the look of Nosferatu in this movie. So I'm wondering if they were just kind of handing out, you know. I think they wanted to keep it like Deadpool, where they kept it hush hush and didn't want to release any of that stuff. So it's almost like you'd be working backwards, I guess. It would be cool though. I love that look. What about the Flintstones? How did Popeye, Real Gritty, or Johnny Quest? Yeah, I'd like to see them on a new body, that kind of like big, big brute body or Hulk body, whatever you want to call it. If they did that, I'd love to see them do Bluto. I'd love to see them do Olive Oil. That would be cool. We'll be working on a 60s Hulk to complete the line. That would be good. Any kind of Hulk at first. I think a classic would be better though. Only thing is One Piece clothing for Fred won't articulate the best. Doc Savage accessories are so good. Yeah, they are. I like the way they look. And story. I need to look that up. I've heard Shogun's a really good show. All right, I think that is it. That is it. How about we do this? This is a great show. Lots of fun. I miss the boys. I miss the boys. Not the TV show, but I miss the guys being here. Great guys. I'm so happy that they were able to do shows and stuff like that. Doing a show like this, I miss them. I'm gonna be glad when they come back. But this was nice, just to be able to chat with you guys, hear you guys' thoughts. It's hard sometimes because it's just me doing the show. The guys are on and they help out a lot as far as like flow of the show, but all this other stuff, information, read, do this, click this, do that, comment here, keep flow of the show. But I do like this too. It'd be cool if Ghost Image and Ghost Machine will reverse the partnership and publish Mezco comics. Yeah, I wonder how much of that would because they have a really good uh a really good, what do you want to call it, team, comic team that they have. Guys that have been doing the artwork, and then the storyline obviously that's done with Mez, but as far as like artwork, they have enough artists in there that they do really good work, even in short and extended form storytelling. But I like how there's a difference. I remember they had that one comic that they did, and there was like three different artists. It was kind of like a collabing, but all the artwork was different. I think it was that Doc Knock one. That was one of them. And it was just different. It had a different feel to it. But I'm wondering how long it takes for them to be able to do those comics. They're really good. I like them a lot. I'm hoping that they do more. I wouldn't mind if they did like a character and there was like a subscription service where maybe you got it every 1 or 2 months. You know what I notice a lot? I've heard people say this too, is like some of the characters, they don't feel like they're flushed out. Like there's a template and there's a general idea of a character, but there's not a there's not an extended backstory like there is with Legions. And a lot of people, I've never had a problem with that because I always thought it was like, they give you the template and you're not locked into a specific storyline. I don't need somebody guiding me to tell me how I want to shoot, so it gives me freedom to do whatever I want. If I want to do Murder Hornets, uh, Murder Hornets with Atticus Doom. I know now it's in the storyline, but before I wouldn't have to worry about that because it was so, ambiguous. But I guess some people really want that storyline structure so they can create. I feel like sometimes you're able to create more because you're not in that storyline. So if you want to do weird shit or crossovers, you can do it. But I think it would be good to elaborate on some things. I get it. Thank you for the show, Paige. Look forward to more hangouts. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully we'll have the guys back. I know they're resting and recouping, trying to snag belts. It's not happening. I still have the belt. But yeah. Was it? Is Mez's Dark Knight Returns 10th year anniversary 2025? Yes. So they announced that figure in 2025, and then they had it. Yes, you're right. 2025. So black, white, gray, MDX, Puerto Rican Comic Con. Yep. And then the black one. Yep. That was 2025. So yeah, yes, you are correct. 10 years anniversary. Yep. I was looking at this, man. There was one year they put out 41 figures. Jesus Christ. Sorry. I know it's past Christmas. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, where's it at? 40. Yeah, it was one year they put out like 41. It may be 39 because I counted Toy Fair exclusives and stuff like that too. I know that's not for everybody, but let me see. I know I have it. 31, 29-ish. Yeah, there's 41, but if you take off the exclusive that somebody wouldn't be able to get, it's like 37 or something like that. But God, that's a lot. But yes, train of thought is back on track. 10-year anniversary. Maybe. Are you hinting at something? Yeah. Happy New Year, Boba. Yeah, Happy New Year, Boba. Can you move the Hangout up 30 minutes to an hour? I love being able to hang out. So, can you move the Hangout up 30 minutes to an hour? You mean like move it up to 9 p.m.? Is that what you mean? I don't know. Or do you mean from 3 hours to an hour? Even this one's an hour and a half. I just talk a lot. I love being able to hang out for the whole show. Church, if you can clarify, just so I'm reading that right, them doing anniversary editions would be outstanding. Yes, it would be. Happy New Year. Just woke up from a nap. Hey, yes. Good to see you here, man. Thank you, man. Hey, Mom, Top. No, earlier. You mean 8 o'clock? 8, you would like for it to start at 8 p.m. No, just move the time earlier an hour. I could try. I'd probably have to see if I probably have to see if the guys can do it. A lot of that stuff is kind of geared around them. Um, they have kids, they have jobs that take them to extended hours, and so most of the time that's for them to be able to, nobody wants to come home right off of work, even though those guys do sometimes, even with the time that we have. But a lot of times those guys, that's the time that they can be on. So I had to run it by them to see. I don't know if it would be, but the good thing about it is this is always there for the replay. I know it's not the same as interacting and being on live, but sometimes those guys it's a little bit harder for them to do because they got a lot more stuff to do. I'll talk to them about it. We'll see. And if not, I might, like I talked about in the beginning of the show, do shows uh where they're just kind of like filler shows and where I do a solo one and I'll do it a little bit earlier. So we'll do that. Church said yes. So I have no stress. Yeah, I'm glad. I hope everyone had no stress. And this is the last comment. I trade the new Dick Tracy just came out this week for issues 1 through 4. Should I get it? The trade? I don't know. You're gonna get a biased response. I love that comic. The first 4 episodes are really good. If Christian if C Powers is in here, you could probably ask him. And Adam. I know Adam. Adam and I really like that series, but I personally like the first couple ones. I think they're on issue number 6 now, and they're it's weird. They stopped at 5, and then 5 was kind of like a little bit of a starting point. I mean, 5 you could tell they tail ended, and 6 they're just getting back into the storyline, so it's not as story and action driven as the first couple issues. Long story short, I would definitely say the first 4 issues are pretty good. So if you have a trade and you can do it, I would do it. I think they also have all the variant covers in there too. I'm here for that. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. We appreciate you for supporting, man. You're always there in the comments and you're always in the show, man. So yeah, if I can make it happen, I will. If not, maybe part time kind of stuff. But yes, pick up issue 154. All right. I think that's it. I got dogs around me. I got my girlfriend signing in the back. So that means it's time to go. La, 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 la. Uh, I appreciate everybody that I don't like this big. Ugh, yeah. I appreciate everybody. If you came in, you watched the show in part, you hopped in, hopped out. Thank you guys very much. I hope everyone had a great holiday. I hope you have a better new year. Again, if you get a chance and you're watching the replay, appreciate you too. A lot of good stuff in here. Next year should be pretty cool. Gonna try some new stuff with the show, and then also video content wise. We'll be doing that. Make sure you keep out an eye out for like little Easter eggs. You never know. And again, please stay safe. It's like the wrap it up thing. But please stay safe. Have fun. And again, appreciate you guys. Everyone have a happy new year. Boom, he said it, right? Yeah. I should know this too, right? Do you have any pets? Have your pets spayed or neutered? And then MC's on. But anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. Take care. Bye bye.